Alright guys, we're back with another video, and this is more of a segment that I'm going to do called, I don't know, right now I don't know the name of it, but basically I'm going to be interviewing moms. And here I have my comadre, Mayra, and I'm going to interview her on her experiences of being a mom, and she'll give us some advice on being a mother in 2018, her experience as being a mom. So I gave her a rundown of what the questions were, but she hasn't been able to really think about the questions. So these are going to be raw answers. First question is, I should have brought some tea. Maybe I should say,
we should have like a little tea table
next time, because I'm going to have more questions. I mean, you're always evolving as a mom. All right, so how old were you when you became pregnant?
I was 21 years old.
Wow, I thought you were older.
No, I was 21.
Okay, just turned 21 or exiting 21?
I was exiting 21. I found out I was expecting in January of 2013, and I was going to be 22 April of 2013.
Okay, all right. How did you know you were expecting?
I thought, maybe I was lying to myself, guys, I don't know. But at the time, I was getting ready for a bodybuilding show in Las Vegas, and so I thought that I was just missing my period for a couple of days because I was so low on body fat, and I was just rotating my diet with carbs and different things like that, and so I thought that my hormones were just kind of out of sync. And after a week, I told my mom, and my mom actually went and bought everything for me, and she really did. And she, you know, she was there with me through like literally the whole everything, like peeing on the stick, everything. My mom was there with me.
What an intimate
moment. And so it was literally the most intimate moment of my life, and my mom was there. So kudos to my mom. I love you, mommy. So yeah, that's how I found out. I found out because my mom looked at the test and started crying and said, "I'm gonna be a grandma."
Oh, that's so beautiful. That is awesome. Well, at least, you know, you were with someone while you're peeing on the stick, and they told you the
I had a support
response.
system.
Yes, on the loo. Next question. Were you ready?
Absolutely not. I was getting ready for a bodybuilding competition, so I had literally just lost 40 pounds, and I was about to get ready to gain some weight, so I was definitely not ready to be a parent. I was not financially ready to be a parent whatsoever. Professionally at work, I was not ready to be a parent at all. I had to do a huge adjustment and, you know, just a lot of different things.
Okay. How did pregnancy affect your life? Not only professionally, but also personally.
I feel like pregnancy, you know, just basically becoming a parent, I feel like that's something that affects you in every aspect of your life. You know, it's something that professionally it affected me enough to where I started looking for more, I guess I can't say more, for better opportunities for myself. I was looking for something that had benefits. At the time, I was working for an ignition interlock company, so I was installing breathalyzers in people's cars and reading their reports to their DWI officers.
Wonderful.
Or their probation officers, I'm sorry, for getting DWIs, and I did not have any benefits at the time, and I knew that I was going to have benefits for myself and obviously for my child. So I decided that I needed to take a big step and change careers, and so I decided to get into the dental field as a phone operator, and I guess professionally that was my biggest hoop, was just trying to make some more money for myself and just being able to take care of the both of us. And personally, it was just a big, I guess, growth spurt. You know, I had to learn a lot about myself, and obviously I had to learn how to be a good adult in the next 9 months, so that I could,
for sure.
Yes, so that I could take care of my son.
Yeah, awesome. Here's a good question that I didn't put on here, but how was your birthing experience?
I think I had a fantastic birthing experience. I can say, you know, just a full pregnancy experience. A lot of women talk about how, you know, they had a lot of morning sickness, or they had really bad cravings, you know, different things like that. And I was very lucky to where I never had morning sickness. I did crave a lot of things, but I was never sick in the morning. I would maybe feel a little bit queasy, but I was never throwing up. Everything was very normal my entire pregnancy. I mean, I had an almost 9-pound baby. And legit. I had him via cesarean because he was breached. His head was on my hip towards the last couple of weeks of my pregnancy, and it was extremely uncomfortable, but it was a good experience. You know, a lot of people say that C-section versus, you know, normal, or I guess vaginal birth, or, you know, whatever traditional birth, everybody has their they're do this, do that, and people look at it differently. But I think that when you're a mom, you're a mom. It doesn't matter how you had your kid. You're still a parent.
And how was your C-section experience? I had a horrific one.
It was not bad. If I had another child, I would definitely do it again. I would definitely have another C-section. It wasn't bad at all. The recovery was really smooth. I had about I think 6-week recovery. I was able to go up and down the stairs within the first 3 to 4 weeks, so it wasn't too bad. I had a lot of support at home. Excuse me. My grandma actually came in from Mexico, and she had like a whole little thing set up for me upstairs at my house.
Aww.
She had like a little kitchenette set up. She had a refrigerator with water bottles and different things like that. It was the cutest thing ever. So it was a big help that she came in.
That's great. I'm glad that you had a great cesarean experience. I'll let y'all know. I'll interview myself, which will be weird, but I'll interview myself and tell y'all my birth story. Now that let's back up a little bit. So you started off as a single mom.
Yes.
And then, so tell us a little bit about that.
So I started off as a single parent. I was a single parent for about 1.5 years or so. And when my son was 15 months old, I met my husband. And obviously I didn't know he was going to be my husband. But within the first couple of weeks, I introduced him to my son because I had previously dated somebody that wasn't ready to meet my son after 5 months of dating, and I definitely felt like I had just wasted my time on that, and I didn't want to.
Time 2018. She was like, I ain't about to waste his time. 15. Yeah,
I definitely didn't want to waste his time, my time. I didn't want to waste anybody's time, and so. After I met my husband, I just really wanted to, see if it was something that was going to progress, and if not, so that I could just kind of move on from there. And luckily enough, he also had a little guy. He had a little 3-year-old at the time, and we are now getting ready to celebrate our 2-year wedding anniversary. We now have a 6-year-old and a 4-year-old, and so it was a really big transition for our family, but it was definitely a really big blessing for all of us.
So now being a mother of 2, how's that different from being a mother of 1? Obviously you have another child.
Yes.
But how does your everyday routine, how's it different from having 1 child?
It's really different because, well, for one, back then we didn't know, and we have found out within the last year that our oldest son has autism and our younger one has ADHD. Obviously, they're on opposite ends of the spectrum, and I have to just make sure that my routine every single day literally has to be the same. I cannot ask my sons to put their shoes on before... or I guess not even put their shoes on, because they put their shoes on before they brush their teeth. I cannot tell them that I'm going to fix their hair before they brush their teeth. Like, they have to brush their teeth first, and then they have to do their hair. Like, it has to be the exact same thing every single day, because if it's not, they don't like it. They don't have it. And I mean, it's nice. It's definitely different. I like Mother's Day a lot. I get a lot of little gifts for my kids, a lot of handmade gifts, and it's just really nice. I feel like being a parent, to 1 kid is definitely a handful. Being a parent to 2 kids is definitely a handful, but I'm very thankful that I do have my husband now that helps me, with both of the kids, because with having different schedules and everything like that, he does take up his load of being a parent. He doesn't babysit, guys. He just watches his kids.
Parents? Oh my gosh, I hate that term when people say that their spouse is babysitting. Like, is he babysitting someone else's kid? Because when you watch your own child, that's called parenting.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, so what advice would you give to a single mother and, now that you're married, a married mother?
I think that for single parents, you have to learn that you are still worthy of being able to be in a relationship. I feel like a lot of times, when you are a single parent, you're just so stressed out about trying to make ends meet and trying to be everything that you can be for your child. If the other parent's not involved, if the other parent's not picking up their slack, if they're just not being as productive as they can be as a parent, it can be very stressful. And I definitely feel that you do have to value yourself and just consider yourself important. Don't try to just focus on your children. Obviously, yes, focus on them, but focus on yourself as well. The more that you grow, the better that you take care of yourself, the better that you can take care of your children.
Yes.
And for married moms and, working moms, I currently am a full-time employee. I am married with 2 kiddos, and I'm going to school. So I have a lot of stuff on my plate. I have a lot of stuff on my plate. So I feel like as a working parent and, working wife, it's been really important to me to really take care of myself. It's something that thankfully I have had Shawnee to really bang my head for, because she's constantly reminding me to take care of myself. And the other day, recently actually, we have these conversations all the time. She told me that I couldn't, pour into someone and, pour into my family's life if I'm not pouring into my own self, investing into my own self. So it's something that I think everybody can take upon themselves, whether you're single, married, not a parent, whatever it is that you are, you have to take care of yourself.
Yes. Let me explain that a little bit more because it sounds really good. So I told her, sometimes being selfish is frowned upon, and I want to say I heard this from Yvonne. I can't say her name. Whatever. I'll link it down below. But anyway, she said that you have to be selfish and think of your emotional, physical, whatever health, everything that is you, think of it as a cup. Now, your cup has to be full, so that you're loved. Whatever flows out of the cup is for other people. So therefore, you have to be selfish. You have to take care of yourself in order to be somewhat positive in other people's life. So whatever flows out of the cup is for others. What's in the cup is for you. And if there's nothing in the cup, there's nothing that you can pour into other people. Amen? Amen. All right. So do you have any other advice?
Basically, guys, don't use your kids as excuses to not get things done. I hear a lot of parents a lot of parents say that I can't do this because my kiddos are at school, or I'm not able to do this because I'm working, or I have so much on my plate. Everybody has a lot on their plate, but if you don't invest into yourself and focus on your dreams and the things that you want to achieve, you're going to be working for someone that did those things. So take care of yourselves.
Exactly. And there you have it. So we just interviewed Mayra. She's my first one. I'm going to figure out what the name of this series is called. But she was the first one. And I hope that you soak in what she said. And if you're a mom on both of those sides of the spectrum, that you are encouraged and uplifted, and that you make blank your moves. Because I know I say I'm making Shawnee moves. Mayra's making Mayra moves. You need to make your moves. And that's about it. So y'all have a blessed week, day, year. Claim 2018 as yours. You can only make this your year if you actually make moves to make it your year. Toss negative vibes into the trash where they belong and make your moves, okay? So until next time, I'll see you later. Stay blessed. Ciao!